Alright, hello. This is me solving the crime scene from the video of creation of a crime scene by Camden Stover. So the summary of the crime. So the incident had a break-in occur at Thomas Whitaker's residence. The perpetrator used forced entry. The point of entry was the suspect bypassing the front door entirely, breaking in through the rear kitchen window. The victim reported several missing valuable items, including jewelry and cash stolen from a bedroom dresser. Initial observations. The weather has dry and 68 degrees. Investigators immediately noticed dirt impressions beneath the exterior kitchen window. Crucially, metallic scraping marks were visible directly on the window frame, indicating a prying tool was used. The creator established clear physical parameters for his crime. By providing the metallic scraps and dirt impressions, we instantly knew to look for a specific tool and a suspect familiar with the exterior layout. So, we secured the scene, we documented, and then we cast that evidence. So Officer Pierce arrived at 8:11 p.m., noted the window damage, and secured the perimeter with barrier tape before evidence was collected. The CSI team took comprehensive wide-angle and close-up photographs. Crucially, they stated measurements were recorded from all major locations. Investigators immediately recognized the value of the window frame damage and prepared silicone casting material for the tool mark. Uh, the coroner's findings were not needed. No fatalities occurred. The team, including Dr. Emily Carter as the coroner and medical examiner. However, there were zero fatalities in this incident. You use a coroner's report to determine cause and time of death. Since the victim survived, this role was completely unnecessary. The victim only sustained minor cuts to his right hand from broken glass after returning home. Here's my rough sketch of the crime scene here. It provides a basic layout showing the relative positions of the main residence, detached garage, and the tool shed. It maps out where specific reference tools, the screwdriver, crowbar, and hammer were. You can see right here, this is where some of the stuff is located. And it offered a general sense of the property's flow for investigative team. So, the problem with my sketch, if I were to critique it, is that it lacked a fine scale ratio or triangulated tape measurements. Uh, the video, when I watched it, stated that measurements were recorded. Uh, However, I didn't have it visually represented on the document. The sketch failed to include a north-facing arrow, a standard compass rose, and a mandatory properly orient. Uh, I didn't properly orient the property, lighting conditions, and specific exterior access points. So the useful evidence here is the silicone cast. It was taken from the lower right corner of the rear kitchen window. It captured a distinct 1.9 centimeter wide rectangular mark with horizontal striations and a chipped edge. Excellent work by the creator, by the way, because instead of telling us it matched, they provided the raw measurements and the individual microscopic characteristics so we could solve it ourselves. Again, more useful evidence here, a red-handed flathead screwdriver found on the workbench in a detached garage. The blade was measured at 2 centimeters with a chipped lower right corner and horizontal scrap marks. The raw data and chip perfectly aligned with the 1.9 centimeter cast impression. The creator provided the visual data, allowing us to deduce this was the exact tool used for entry. So, the crowbar was not really useful evidence. A steel crowbar was recovered from the suspect's vehicle parked near the residence. The pry edge measured 2.5 centimeters wide and featured vertical scratches. The 2.5 width physically excludes it from making a 1.9 centimeter impression. The hammer, the same thing. Uh, it recovered from the tool shed behind I, it's behind it was on the property, but I kind of messed this up, so you can't really see it. The spacing between the claws, 1.77 centimeters, and its curved shape do not align with rectangular flat edge impressions left on the window frame. The creator provided the specific 1.7 measurement on the claw grab, giving us numerical data needed to eliminate it as the primary tool entry tool. So the main person, I have here is Evan Brooks. He's a 34-year-old male and a former employee of the victim who was recently terminated. He's currently involved in a fierce financial dispute with the victim, providing a strong motive. He is a highly useful primary suspect. He has prior knowledge of the residence layout and familiar access to the detached garage, which is exactly where the matching break-in weapon was found. Now we have another suspect and a witness, Daniel Mercer, a 29-year-old with prior theft offenses and financial difficulties. While his dark car matches the witness report, his 2.5 centimeter crowbar did not match the window cast. He is a red herring. Linda Reeves, she is a useful witness. She heard metallic banging at exactly 7:40 p.m. and saw a dark vehicle. Her testimony was crucial for narrowing down the exact timeline of the crime. And here's the timeline of the events. The witness hears metallic banging and sees a dark vehicle nearby, 7:40 p.m. The victim returns home, sustains minor cuts, and discovers break-ins at 7:55 p.m. Officer Pierce arrives and secures the crime scene perimeter at 8:11 p.m. The CSI team successfully cast the 1.9 centimeter tool mark from the window. So who did it? In my opinion, I think Evan Brooks did it. He utilized his familiarity with the property to access the unlocked detached garage. He retrieved the victim's own 2.5 centimeter flathead screwdriver to pry open the kitchen window, and he committed the burglary around 7:40 while the victim was away, fleeing before the victim returned at 7:55. Finally, the physical evidence aligns with my smoking gun here. The chipped corner and horizontal striations of the flathead screwdriver found in the garage matched the silicone casting item E1 taken from the window frame. Evan Brooks' recent termination and financial conflict with the victim provide a direct targeted motive for stealing the specific valuables and cash from the bedroom. The physical data definitively closes the case. Here are the sources for all my images, and that's all I have. Thanks for watching.